Yeah, you did. You missed.
I think you guys keep trying. I think the viewers would love to see this.
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Come on. There we go.
Hold on. Here we go. Ready? And
Oh, you missed again.
Dvon's passing out the edibles, apparently. Virtually, unfortunately, doesn't seem to have the same effect. Table Talk number 61. I am Mo. Lindsay, how are you?
I am great. I'm really excited for today's show.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. And then, of course, we have the Reverend, who actually lived the gimmick for the first time this past weekend, the WWE Hall of Famer, Dvon Dudley. Dvon, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I was going to do another wedding. It was going to be for a Jewish wedding, and I was a little apprehensive about it, just because it was a Jewish wedding, and of course the faiths are different. But they needed someone to come in and perform the ceremony. I was going to do it, but the father was like, I found the rabbi, so they had to go with the rabbi.
Rabbi Dvon.
Yeah, Rabbi Dvon. I like that. That's a gimmick you never explored.
Rabbi Dvon. Shalom.
Yeah.
Shalom.
In the second half of the program, one half of the rap rock group Twiztid, JAMIE Madrox is going to be joining us. In the meantime, we have a former WWE Women's Champion under the name Victoria. Then we also have a former TNA Knockouts Champion under the name Tara. To me, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Welcome to the show, Lisa Marie, everybody.
Yay!
Hello, Lisa.
Welcome.
Hi, that was a great intro. Oh my God, I actually just choked on my coffee.
Oh, no.
My coffee.
Wow.
My coffee.
Coffee. Yeah.
Coffee.
My
Coffee.
wine.
Oh,
My
Victoria. So you know, I found what I was looking for
There we go.
in the beginning.
There we go. Man, if I could have had that gimmick, oh man, I'd be selling those
There he is.
glasses off the shelf.
There he is.
They look crooked as hell. Hold on.
They are. It's because of your headpiece.
His ears are crooked.
Those edibles are already kicking in.
Yeah,
There you go.
the edibles already kicked in, Dvon.
Oh, they kicked in. All right, I'm good to go. Listen, I said it on the show before. I love me some edibles, and I think marijuana is probably one of the greatest things that was ever created on God's green earth. I mean, it's natural. No one's ever died from it. It's helped a lot of people. And the whole nine. That's why I went and got my card.
Oh, you got to have a card. You have to. Oh man, see, we're in California. They're freaking on every corner.
Yeah,
Every
I know.
corner.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. When I was in California last,
You stocked up. You stocked up.
I told Lindsay and Mo, I said, I'm good. I'm good for the next 2 or 3 months.
And you know what's weird, Dvon? I just started it like maybe 5 months ago. Edibles. I never did marijuana before.
But here's the deal. It's, people, how do I say this? The uppity up people or the far or whatever, they like to sit there and really degrade marijuana and weed, but you surely shouldn't. It's such a natural healer. It's something that listen, I'm from the era of the Attitude Era where guys were popping pills and doing it because their bodies were killing them. And then a lot of them overdosing. A lot of my friends are not here anymore because of that. If they would have just been able to, try to relax and just try to let the marijuana kick in, that'd have been great. But of course, as humans, when we get used to a certain feeling, we want that feeling to continue. So at that point, marijuana was probably too soft for them. And that, got them into bigger and, dangerous, more drugs. And that's the sad part about, that whole thing. And to me personally, I just feel that weed is so natural, man. I'm not going to be a hypocrite.
Natural, man.
It is. I used to be one of those guys that didn't like it. Like I
didn't either.
No, I'm against it. Anybody that smokes weed,
Me
that's
too.
wrong and this and that. And now I'm being the biggest hypocrite. And I'm like, okay, eat your edibles. If you saw it, eat your edibles.
And also too, back in our day, we couldn't do the marijuana because I got freaking tested every single time we had TVs.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was bad too. But I got to look at it this way: it's better than the guys using marijuana than it is popping pills. I'm sorry, I firmly believe that.
I agree.
firmly
I
believe
agree.
that.
It almost
Firmly
made like
believe
all
that.
of our, like some of the people that we work with that were like had a pill problem. It made you not even want to do it because you're like, what is fun being like in that
In
zone?
that state.
It doesn't look fun to me.
Yeah.
You know, it just, I mean, not that they do it for fun and for pain, but then their tolerance gets so high, you have to take so much more, right?
I remember when RVD, I used to see RVD, and RVD used to walk in. He goes, Dvon, what's up? I go, you're fucking high, bro.
Yeah.
And he would look
When
at
is
me
he
and go,
not?
yeah, he goes, he look at me and go, what? I go, nothing. Oh, we had some great stories, man.
Yeah.
Well,
You just keep on stretching.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Keep stretching. I got that from RVD. One of the greatest stories, and I make this real quick. We were in Roppongi in Japan, and we're at this club called 911. And at the club, one of the head security guys, his name was Jimmy Tillis.
Yep.
He basically was talking to this Japanese young lady, but we found out it wasn't Japanese. He wasn't a lady. It was a guy. And I found out, and I tried to tell him about it, and he was like, no, you guys always try to do this to me. I'm not falling for it. Me and Batista, we're sitting there, and we're going, that's a guy. He goes, no, it's not. We told the manager of the place, we said, excuse me, the young lady right there, is that a guy or girl? He goes, oh, that's a girl. And he goes, I'm sorry. He said, that's a guy. Fools everybody all the time, especially foreigners that coming from out of the country. I was like, wow. I was like, Jimmy. He was like, no, it can't be. It just can't be. And here's what made it worse. About 5 minutes after that, RVD comes in. Now, mind you, it's a bunch of us in the club, and we're partying. We're all hanging out and having a good time. RVD walks in. Everybody's like, RVD's like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, just like RVD does. And all of a sudden, the young lady that was with Jimmy comes over to RVD, and RVD is like, hey, what's up, dude? Yep. Hey, what's up? He looked at the guy. He goes, dude, you're a dude.
You did?
Yeah, he did. RVD called him out. And the great part about it was, I looked at Jimmy Tillis. I said, I don't know what's worse, the fact that you made out with them, or the fact that you're trying to deny it, and RVD walked in, couldn't see the floor, and knew that was a guy.
But in Japan, they look
beautiful.
I mean, gorgeous. Like,
I remember
just
Bubba.
stunning.
I was sitting with a young lady, and I'm sitting there, we're talking, and I didn't know, lady, and I didn't know.
Paul.
So I'm sitting there, and Bubba comes over. He goes, Dvon. I go, what? He goes, you're not doing it. I go, doing what? He goes, walk away. I said, no. I said, I'm having fun. He goes, Dvon, I will not let you do this. Walk away.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was
like,
funny.
Oh my God.
It was funny.
Those overseas trips were a doozy, huh?
They were doozy, man. I loved them.
Yeah.
I loved
It was.
them.
Oh man.
Do you remember Australia, the first time WWE had been there 15 years, and we went there, and it was like freaking 1,000 fans in the lobby when we got off the bus, and everybody was just losing their mind.
Yeah, and I was like, I think they had the velvet ropes, and I asked somebody, I go, who's here? I go, who's here? They're like, this is for you guys. I'm thinking it's a rock star, like, freaking Aerosmith or something like that. I'm like, what is this? What's going on? And remember, it was rowdy. Didn't Finley get in a fight that night too? Or
I don't know if he got. I'm not sure who got into a fight.
Viscera sat on someone. I remember Viscera sat.
Yeah, and I remember looking at the guy. And the guy was holding his chest. I go, did you honestly think you were going to win that fight?
Serious. What is that football? The rugby team was there, staying at the same hotel.
Yeah.
So they were a little bit confrontational already because they're like,
they got beat up.
They weren't getting an attention that the wrestlers were getting.
And they got beat up. They got beat up very bad.
Yeah, Viscera sat on one of them. I remember that.
Yeah. I just remember going over to the guy going, did you honestly think you were going to win that battle? That man's almost 500 pounds. What did you think was going to happen when you hit the floor? Did you think you were actually going to be able to survive?
Plus, all you guys, I mean, that's intimidating enough. You guys are like freaking strong and just like freaking badasses. It's not pro wrestling.
Hold on.
It's real fight.
You're in the same boat, young lady. Yeah, I saw you. I saw that bullshit. Don't go there. I seen you a couple of times. Somebody got on your nerves, a fan. You were like, I think you better get away from me. And I was just like, yeah, dude, I think you better listen.
Yeah. When they get too disrespectful and too like invading your space, for God's sakes, I'm human too, man. I'm like going, dude, and then they're breathing in your face and spitting as they're talking. You're like,
oh, that is the worst.
And they're interrupting conversations.
Or the worst has to be is when they, we don't mind meeting the fans. We love the fans, but you don't have to be so touchy-feely. Just because you see us on TV or we do what you do, you feel like there's a certain attachment to us. Stop, because some of these guys don't wear deodorant, and it's what's so bad. What's so bad is that their clothes is dripping wet because they've been running around trying to find us and all that. So now they're sweating and it's all dirty. And then they come up to you and ask for a picture. And you're like, yeah. So I reach out my hand. I like to reach out the hand to shake up the, kind of bring just a little bit to me. And he brings me into him and puts his arm all over me. And it's just like, oh my God. Oh.
Yeah. And also they're also hiking out in the lobby. They don't have a hotel room. So they're sleeping in the same clothes for 3 days on the couches in the lobby. So that stench, man. We really appreciate a good smelling fan.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie about that.
The deodorant, the
wrestling
little thing.
Fans, some wrestling fans, not all. Some need to really take better hygiene classes.
Or the worst for us, like we're smaller than the guys, and so you get a fan that puts their arm around you, and their armpit sweat is on your shoulder, that stench attaches to your clothes, and you're like, you can't get rid of it.
But you think it's you. You think it's you, or when you've been around it for so long, and all of a sudden it gets embedded in your nose, and now you can't get rid. Now you can't get rid of it, and now every time you breathe in, you smell that, and you just think, "Oh God, I hope nobody thinks it's me."
And exactly.
Mo, I know you and Lindsay both have dealt with that, especially being at the Comic-Cons and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I get the sweaty, wet money handed to me.
Oh,
here.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like when they want to pay for an autograph and they're like, here, let me.
Oh, Lindsay,
and they've been
really?
sweating. Oh, yeah.
I used to love it. Lindsay used to be my handler. I was like, Lindsay, you want to go take that money? She like, why? I'm like, Lindsay, we got to make money. Lindsay, take the money.
Yeah, take the money. Yeah. That's why we have handlers. Yeah. We don't touch the money.
Yeah,
exactly. Have to go through all that crappy part. Oh,
yeah, that's why I'm there. Love you guys.
Well, listen, now that we're done talking about all of that, I want to get back because I wasn't there when you made your return at the Royal Rumble. How the hell was that? How was that? How did that feel?
Oh my God. They called me, Dvon, 2 weeks before Rumble. How do you get ready for a match in 2 weeks? And I'm 50 years old. You can't get ready like that. And I really didn't return their call right away. You can't take me serious with this. But they, you can't get ready. I literally called Mickey and SoCal Valley. I go, I don't know what to do. They're like, yeah, you're going to do the Rumble. And I go, I am not in the shape I used to be. I don't have my hair extensions. I don't have my red streak. I haven't had Botox. I have natural nails. I just wasn't coming back feeling super confident and going, oh, I still look good. Do you know what I mean? Like it was so stressful.
Here's what I'm going to say about you. Body wise, you've always kept in tip top shape in terms of your look. And I know it's one thing to feel a certain way when you're by yourself and you don't have clothes on and you look yourself in the mirror. Believe me, I think everybody goes through that. But at the same token, you have always been a person that's really, you kept your body tight even after all of these years. And at 50 years old, I'm going to be honest with you, I want to know your fountain of youth. Because you look great, number one, and number two, I don't think you had anything to think about, bad. But I understand what you're saying, though. You've been gone for so many years, and it's not. Here's the thing: I'd have been telling myself, it's a battle royal, it's not a tag match. So I'm just gonna lay in the corner and wait for somebody to come punch me. And that's it.
I remember telling when I told Naomi, I go, shit can me, get me out. And she goes, what? She goes, this is not your elimination. I go, no, this is underneath the rope. We have to go over the top rope to get eliminated.
Right.
And I went out and the referee goes, are you okay? And I go, dude, I'm blown up, dude. Oh my God. Holy moly. I forgot like the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Just the excitement and just, you're already nervous to begin with because, you want people to remember you not now. They were like, oh my God, she's still freaking badass and she still has it. Why did she retire? You want them to question why you're retiring, and you don't want to let anybody down. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of pressure coming back as a veteran.
Yeah, it really
more
is.
so. You don't want anybody to feel sorry for you at all.
Exactly. And that's one of the things you don't, with any athlete that has done some of the things that we've done and made the history that we've made, and yet to take some time off after retirement and then to come back, you don't want to be the guy that they go, why is he in the ring? God, he needs to retire. Oh my God, he needs to put a shirt on. What the hell is he doing? You don't want that.
You don't. You don't. And that was like, that was a big part of my ring gear. She had 3 days to make my ring gear. And I was like, hey, I don't want my tummy showing. I go, and can you make the collar a little higher, because I had that turkey neck going on when you get a little older. And I go, just make sure I'm snug. And so, yeah, God bless Jolene for making my gear on such a quick notice. But
is that Jolene from TNA?
TNA, yeah. By Jolene. Okay. She's not with TNA anymore. And then she was also backstage during the Rumble, because I guess the other seamstresses, she was the only seamstress there. So I hope she gets hired with WWE. She's so talented. I told Mark Carano about her, like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. And a lot of people still use her, and she's not exclusive with anybody. She's not with TNA. They don't have a seamstress backstage. So, so I hope she's backstage when you go back and hired. Okay. She's so talented. And to make a gear in 3 days like that, last minute, meanwhile, she's making other people's Rumble outfits.
Oh, wow.
So, I know. But that whole just mentality, you're like, I need to go to Sally's Beauty Supply. I need to buy some spray tan. I need to, holy crap. I go, shoot, I need to buy good makeup, but of course they have makeup artists, but you're just like, but I had an awesome makeup artist. She was just brought in for the day. And
well, I don't have to worry about the spray tan. I'm good with that.
I know, dude. Lucky ass. Jeez, man.
See, if one of your parents was black, then you'd be okay. You wouldn't have to worry.
My dad is Puerto Rican, and he's fairly dark, and I did not get that gene at all.
Wow, I was about to say, you should have had some.
At all, yeah. He gets super tan and like really, really dark. And I'm so jealous. And I'm like, I got that. I burn and peel. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. But it was so exciting. The girls there, dude, that caliber of freaking talent of the female division there.
It's incredible.
It's top notch. I don't know how few girls are going to be coming in. You have really good.
Yeah, really, you really do. I mean, it's so different compared to the Attitude Era, to the Andre and Hogan era, and even the Bret and Shawn era. The women, I'm not taking anything away. And again, I always say this, I'm not taking anything away from the Attitude Era women, because you guys were great too, or the Ruthless Aggression era. But these women now in WWE are in a class by themselves. Any woman in WWE that can steal the show after main eventing on Raw and come through, not only that, but main event WrestleMania, which was unheard of. Women that can do that, that's unprecedented, and keep the male's attention without them thinking sexually. That is showing you something, because
that's a gift.
That's a gift, because these women are really going out there busting their ass, doing what they have to do to get over and to make sure that their craft is on point, and they're doing a damn good job of it. And the men are actually looking at them as athletes and not some sex symbols. I think that's phenomenal.
And then, like, when I got in there, like, Bianca was in there, and she, of course, won the Royal Rumble. And for her to stay in as long as she did and still continue on the end, like, just battling it out and duking it out, and not just doing punches or exchanges, not grappling. They're freaking doing spots, like, like gymnastic spots. And to keep up to that caliber, I was like, oh my God, I caught myself in the corner watching the match, and I was like, oh God, I hope the camera's not on me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is going on? Wait, when do I go out? Wait, when am I next? I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. I was a little lost, because it was just like so many moves. And those girls, I mean, their cardiovascular, their bodies, just their freaking, like, they can go, man. They can freaking go. You know,
they can go, and that's the great. Like I said, that's one of the things I love about the women in WWE. And I will go on record to saying this. I'm sorry, I don't see any company. And listen, I'm for every company out there.
Yeah.
From AEW to NWA to Ring of Honor and Impact. I love it because we need competition. We need something like that out there. But I got to say, WWE women are the best that the world has to offer in terms of women professional wrestling. You have to be on a different caliber to be in even in the same book as these women. I mean, the Sasha Banks, the Baileys, the Charlotte. I mean, just it's unreal. And Bianca
and Natty still being there, and like the longevity of her career, and she's like basically, you know, she's always willing to work with the new talent too. Like just going, hey, come on over. She has a ring in her garage, and like, I mean, come on, man. Jeez, like, oh my God.
You had said that you got gassed, you got blown up pretty quickly. How long do you think it took
to recover?
Yeah, or just how long were you in the match before you're like?
You know what? I didn't time it. I don't. Maybe 7 minutes. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. But you know, also too, when you're backstage waiting for your number to come up, you're already going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And like, you know, I did when I landed in Tampa, I had to go. I was throwing up on the flight, and not because I was sick. When I get super nervous, I get nervous belly. It just affects my whole entire body. And I was throwing up. The day of the rehearsals, I kept on going to the bathroom, and I would go to Tori. I go, can you tell? Do I look like I'm sick? And she goes, are you sick? And I go, no, I'm just freaking nervous, man. I go, man, this is a lot of pressure. And I was like, I'm one of those people, you know, everyone knew I was nervous. There's no hiding it. Everyone was like, my friends were telling me, you know, act like you belong, you know, don't show them that you're nervous. And I'm like, you know what? They know I'm nervous. I was always nervous back in the day, and nothing has changed.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, no. And then also too, it's a sign that you care.
Yeah.
You know, right? Like you're just, you know, when you stop getting nervous, dude, get it out. If you're not nervous, something's wrong with you. You should be nervous.
Let me ask you something, Lisa. Do you think maybe there's a possibility that you can come back and do it full time?
I would be interested in that, but I would need notice to go, hey, Lisa, we'd like to bring you back in 6 months or something like that. Just let me go train with Chavo. He's in California. Let me go train with Rikishi or somewhere here in California where I can just go to a ring and just get into ring shape again. You know what I mean? Because you can't do that with exercise equipment and weights. It's impossible. No. You need to get in there, run some spots, just keep on going, take a bump. But I just like, you never say never in this business, right, Dvon? It's like,
this is true.
Yeah, because we always end up coming back, you know, and it's always in your blood. It's always going to be in your blood. You think you're retired, but then there's something you're like going,
Thank
you.
They want to
bring me back.
I never denied I did in the beginning, but I said there was a possibility that I would come back.
No. That's recent. That's recent that you started saying that.
The first 55 episodes.
Yeah, because I really did not.
I will never
come back because I really didn't want anything to do with the business at all. But listen, I'll put it to you this way.
Does he know we're here?
I've never been in the Royal Rumble, and I've said this. I've never been in the Royal Rumble after having the stroke. You know, for instance, I'll give it to you now. Like, I had the stroke November 12th or 13th, one of those days, and it's only been 4 months, and yet the recovery that I've done has been tremendous. So if by next year, say next January, if Vince would, have me, I would love to do the Rumble. As long as my recovery keeps going as fast as it's going, I would love to be in the Rumble. I would never deny that. I would love that. But as far as a match goes, no. Especially singles or anything like that, no. Mm-mm.
Different scenario. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather be in a tag match or even a 6-man tag.
Yeah. Or just a run-in or a referee spot.
I don't know about that. The run-ins blow me up worse than the matches do.
Running down that ramp, right? Yeah, you're like
going
and you're looking at when am I supposed to go? When am I supposed to go? Am I late? Wait, what's going on? Yeah, you're like Yeah. But I always like was interested in being a, you know, part of the training crew, you know what I mean, with the girls. I don't, you know, necessarily need to be in the limelight or anything like that.
Right.
My what I feel good about is when I help the new girls, the rookies and stuff like that, and make them feel more comfortable in the ring and more confident, and like working the camera angles and stopping for a moment and getting that freaking character across, that kind of stuff, which I feel is it's like some of the shows, not WWE, but like you watch it and you don't get their character. It's just spot, 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 spot. You need to pause and go, let the fans digest that. You know what I mean? Because it takes them a while to digest what we just did.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Right?
I think Hogan said it best. He said, you know, because, you know, when Hogan goes out, he looks at the crowd and he points and he does all of that. He said the first time he did that, that's when he realized all he did was go like this, just a quick of the head and look at the fans, and they erupted. And he goes, that's when he figured out how it really works. He was like, and from that point on, it's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like the Bible according to Hogan in terms of how to get these people, because nobody did it better than Hogan. I mean, when he wanted to get a crowd's reaction, it was a certain way he would look at them, just like you know, Michael.
Just like The Rock too, right?
Well, The Rock did it too, but not as much as Hogan did, and Hogan really got over with doing that. And like I give you a prime example, Michael Jackson. You know, totally off the subject, but Michael Jackson, he would stand there in the middle of the stage and not move for about 3 minutes, and all of a sudden he would turn to the left. And then the girls, you see them start crying and pulling their hair out. And then all of a sudden he'd take the glasses and come off real slow. And next thing you know, ha, 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 do all of that. And, you know, ha, cha, 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 cha. And boom, it was like, I'm getting into it now.
Keep going.
So good. So good.
Totally. It's like, I think I'm more fans of like characters, not just a tough ass wrestler. I'm more into the characters. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it draws you in, right, Dvon?
It does.
You're just like you're like the facial expressions, everything matters. You know what I mean?
How you
hold your body.
You know what, Victor? I'll tell you something, and I don't think you noticed. One of the times where I saw it was me and Bubba and The Rock versus you and I forget who the other two were.
Or was it Stevie?
Stevie Richards was one. I forgot who the third person was. But there was one thing I remember we used to do, because I think it was a buildup between you and Stacy Keibler, you trying to get your hands on her. And I think, well, hold on. Maybe Stacy was in the match.
Was it Trish?
It might have been Trish, but I do remember The Rock coming in and laying everybody out. And then all of a sudden he sees you into the corner and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. And he's like, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing. And all of a sudden he just comes over and grabs you in and throws you over the top. But it was the way he did that how he paused for that moment.
Yeah.
And
did
looking
that.
Like, and looking over
and asking the crowd, should I?
Right. Without really having to do that, but yet he knew how to do it and how to get the people's reaction, and throwing you in the ring, you know, and you came in, and the way you sold it was great, because you didn't want any part of The Rock, because back then girls can get beat up by guys. Can't do that now.
No.
But
you
know, it was such a great feeling. And I remember there was a couple of times where we did that. Me and Bubba had matches in WWE, and on the opposite side was a female. I think it was Jackie. Charlie Haas's, Jackie
Gata,
and I had to bring her into the ring the hard way, but I always reverted back to that particular incident with you and Rock, and I was like, I wanted it to look like that because it was done so good, you know. Like you said, it's all in character, the way the person looks and how they act in the ring, and that's going to help you tell a great story. That's one of the things going to help you tell a great story, because listen, you could be the greatest wrestler in the world, but if you don't know how to tell a story, you're not going to be considered anything.
Yeah, exactly. Personality and your face expressions and stuff like that. That was my favorite bump coming in the ring, was the hard way. And my opponent would go, oh, really? Do you want to really? You don't have to really, I can just drag you in. And I'm like, no, I like taking that bump. So, you know, I was like, just really use all your might. I'm going to also jump too and make it and sell it. Give me time so I can get my face on camera. You know what I mean? Like to show like, oh, you know, and that fear and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So many great moments. So many great moments.
Yes.
Too many to count. Oh my gosh.
We do have a good question here because this is new to you. I mean, it's new to everybody within the last year, but Brian wants to know, how was it doing the Rumble with no live crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did know, like, they filmed my reaction just going to the arena for the first time, because they're like, have you seen the arena? I go, no. And then Tori was like, I want to go with you. I want to go with you when you see the arena for the first time. But she was getting her makeup done, and the camera crew was following me backstage. I go, let's do it now, because I need to get in the zone of being ready for my match. Like, just, I don't want to be like, oh shoot, the camera's following me. Let me, whatever. And, but the cool thing was seeing faces in every seat of people on their computer during a virtual sit down. So that was freaking really cool. And they also fed in crowd reactions. So that helps. And a lot of people said, would you have rather performed in a live crowd or in that setting? I go, since I haven't been back since 2009, I think it might have helped that there wasn't a live crowd. But you can tell there was a moment when I'm walking out. I really didn't know what the virtual view looked like with people sitting there. I didn't know what they were talking about. I went out and you can see me go, I stopped and I looked and I go, oh, okay. This is how it is. I had to see what they were talking about because I really didn't visualize it at that moment. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I did take moments to look at their faces and see the reaction. Because you want to appreciate when you're going down the ramp. You always, I always told the rookies, take a moment. You're coming down that ramp to look at what the heck, look at how many people are in the audience and how many people are touched by this business. Some people are just so nervous. They're so tunnel vision and they go in the ring and they just wrestle. And you're like, well, did you hear that guy yelling at you? Yeah. I'm one that heard every comment. I would have to listen. As a heel, you have to listen to the crowd. What are they biting? What are they not biting? So you got to turn it up. Oh my God, they're not feeling sorry for this baby face. I better freaking get on her ass. You better start fighting back and start covering your face. Yep. Because, right? But it was a cool experience. I'll be honest with you. It was really cool. It was really, it's different, but it was still special. I don't,
I got you.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it was bad or good. I was really thankful that there were faces out there, not just WWE.com, just promotions, that kind of stuff on the wall, because, it was so, you guys, I'm still emotional. It took me 2 weeks to recover. I didn't post anything about the Rumble for 4 days on social media. I was done with, how you just need a break from social media sometimes.
Oh, and yeah, I was so
exhausted, and you're exhausted because you're not just there for the match. You're on when you're backstage too. As soon as you walk out to outside your hotel door, you're freaking on. Just in case a fan bumps into you. And I was really trying hard to be kept kayfabe, hush, hush. I didn't want anybody to know I was there. So going backstage and seeing all the old camera crew, the cable guys and, Johnny Photo, Richie Photo, all the old timers from our generation. That comforted me seeing old faces. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, actually, on that note, our time here is already almost up.
We're having fun.
That sucks. What the hell?
It went by quick. I know.
It did.
It's Mo. It's Mo.
God, yeah, it's almost Mo.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah. I think he's in a bidding war on eBay for more action figures behind him.
Maybe. So what?
I'm not judging.
Get on there.
I don't see any Dudleys back there. That's the one thing I don't.
Yeah, I don't see a Victoria either.
What about that?
I see a Bubba Ray Dudley doll, but I don't see a Dvon.
Where?
What?
Yeah, you don't see a Bubba.
That's messed up.
You don't see a Bubba.
Yeah, I do. Right now, white coat behind you.
No, that's the Godfather.
No, that's Bubba.
This one. That's Godfather.
No, that's
How
Bubba.
about Godfather loving the ganja too?
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram. Every freaking Instagram post, I'm like, I don't remember him. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Roll this big roll this big
Hold on. Are you honestly gonna sit there and say that you didn't know that? Did you not listen to the words that came out of his mouth?
I know, but I thought it was a gimmick. I was worked. I thought honestly, I didn't think people honestly, I was so lost. My God. Remember, I was so new. I didn't want to. Oh my gosh. Remember how
Victoria.
scared I was when I was backstage for the first time?
Oh, I remember.
I got a lot of heat. Oh my God.
Well, you're not done talking though. You have your own podcast starting in about a half an hour, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's God TV show on YouTube.
Yes.
And Mickey James, SoCal Val, myself, out of this COVID, the positive thing out of it, we were like, let's do a show. Let's just be in our pajamas and drink some wine and just shoot the shit and have our friends come in and just, it's not just wrestling. It's not wrestling talk. Yeah, that's your time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lindsay. We need to have you on our show then.
I would love to.
You need Lindsay on the show.
I've got my wine. I'm in my pajamas. I'm ready.
Yay! There you go. You already fit the bill.
I'll fit right in.
But oh my God, you guys, thank you for having me. Dvon, I love you so much. Honestly,
thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much.
For always having my back in the day and still to this day. You've been just so good to me, and I love you so much. I
tell everybody you crazy as fuck, but I love you.
It's a good crazy.
It's a good
sometimes.
Crazy.
It's fun. Sometimes.
Thank you so much, Lisa. We appreciate it.
It's good seeing you.
Okay, nice seeing you guys.
I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. As we get ready to welcome our next guest, I actually have a question for you, Lindsay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how scary is this picture?
I don't like it.
Okay, out of a scale of 1 to 10,
I'm gonna say
being the scariest, what
I'm gonna
you give
say
it?
7.5.
7. Okay.
10.5.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. So are you scared to meet our next guest then?
No, I'm not scared of
No, okay.
She's scared.
That's all right. I'll tell you, he's a little puppy dog. I'm pretty sure he's got a pink robe he's wearing too. I don't know.
Okay,
but
great. He'll fit right in too.
Hey. He is one half of the rap rock duo Twiztid. He is the one and only JAMIE MADROX. JAMIE, welcome.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome.
What's up, man?
Hi. Oh, you're not scary looking. Come on.
Hey, first of all,
hold on.
Yes,
Hold on. Wait a minute. What the hell is that in the back?
Oh, that's Reagan. That's Reagan from Africa.
No, man. No.
Yes!
Mo,
Oh my God.
Mo, all of this stuff that you're doing right now, you're gonna get it. I'm telling you now. There's no way he knew about me and The Exorcist unless you said something.
Nope.
Yeah, you did.
What? Wait,
meant for the show. Meant for it.
Oh my goodness! All right, I have so many questions. First of all, I wanted to say what's up, Lindsay? What's up, Mo? What's up, Dvon? Thank y'all so much for having me on the show. I apologize about the mishap last week. I'm happy to be here now. I do not have the pink robe on, Mo. I'll have you know.
Yeah, Mo.
I am rocking the lounge pants though, so I'm kind of laid back.
That's right. There you go.
Man, so wait, please tell me. And did I hear in the green room that Dvon's coming back to wrestling?
No,
you did. You heard it.
He never denied it. He never denied it.
Fair enough.
Hold on. I never said I was coming back. I said
from my lips to God's ears, I didn't hear anything, but I so hope I did. Well,
let me put it to you this way: if Vince allowed me to come back, I would do it, and I would only do it for WWE. I said that when I left. When I said that right after me and Bubba cut the promo, that I wasn't going to wrestle for anybody else but WWE if I did come back. And, that's what I would like to do. If I did come back, it would definitely be the Rumble. If Vince would have me.
Is it because of how well they ran the organization or how well they treated you?
Well, I look at it this way. When I left to go elsewhere, whether it was TNA or the Independents or even Japan was great. The way they treated us in Japan was unreal. I mean, I don't know what Michael Jackson's fame was, but just to have an ounce of that in New Japan and all Japan was phenomenal. How they treated me and
superstars.
We were looking at superstars. I mean, it was really. You talking about an ego thing? You come back to the United States and people putting the middle finger up to you, going to go to hell, Dvon.
And you're like,
and I'm like, wait a minute.
Little Mario, real quick.
Yeah, I was like shot down.
Right. No, I feel you. I totally get it. I absolutely do.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, if I did come back, it would be with WWE and WWE only. And like I said, if Vince would have me to come back to start it at the Royal Rumble, I'd love to do it.
Damn, I love that. That got me hype as a fan. I'm excited. Like, seriously, like I love that, man. I have with wrestling with me, it's been an on and off relationship. Like I grew up with it, and then like I grow out of it and come back to it. And much like I tell everybody who listens to our music, it's like whether y'all stay or go, we will continue. And when you come back, we'll still be here. We'll still love y'all, and you're always welcome. But it's like one of those, revolving door relationships where like a different era will happen, and I'll come back and be like, and I'll try to get into it, and I'm like, I don't know any of these people. I mean, you got some great stars going on, tactical wrestlers and new gimmicks and all kinds of them. My mind is blown, and I'm just like, yeah. And I try to get into it, and I don't, and I'll come back, and then sometimes people will make returns. So I love it, man. It's in my blood. I will always love it.
Well, that's the one thing I will say. When some of the old timers, such as myself and my generation, when we come back, it's amazing how high the ratings get because people want to see that. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I don't think people were really ready to let go of the Attitude Era because it was so damn good and how we did it. I think it was the same way with the Andre and Hogan era. The Andre and Hogan era was so damn good that the Bret and Shawn era really had like great wrestlers, technical wrestlers, and all that. They really had great stuff, but the fans were so hyped up on the Hogan and Andre era that it was almost like they didn't want to let it go. And it's almost like Hogan and Andre set the bar, and Bret and them had to get tactical because where they weren't tactical, they just knew how to work the crowd. But where they were like, we got to step it up, and they almost. In their own regard, I feel they met the bar, but I'm gonna be Hogan and Andre and all them forever. That's but I love the Attitude Era because that's when I came back in and it actually worked for me. Like I was like, I'm in, hook, line, and sinker. I am in. Let's do this. Listen, I will say this.
A fan question here. We want to hear the story about you wearing Kane's mask and getting caught.
Oh, hell.
Okay. All right. Now you're going to make me sound like a mark. Okay, here we go. All right. Once upon a time, way, way, way back in the days when I first started hanging out with ICP, they would bring me with them to the WWF at the time, WWE, whatever, however, whatever, same diff. And we would go there and they would wrestle and it was, do their thing. So a lot of times they would have, I'm trying to figure out the proper way to say it. Kayfabe, trying to figure out the proper way to say it. Like they'll be having something going on in the main room and they're like, you guys are guests. So they'll put you in the adjacent room because it ain't, it's a family business. Y'all are just here to do your thing and go. Like, okay, we get it. So in the family or off the adjacent room, it happened to be like this big facility where it's like a locker room. And I'm always clowning with those guys and making them giggle and stuff. And I look around the corner and I'm like, oh, it's the mask. And I come around the corner and they're laughing their ass off. And I'm like, put my hands up, darn, boom. And I do the boom and I turn around and it's just Kane looking at me, giving me that ice grill. And I knew if there was what hell looked like, it was the look on that gentleman's face. And I took it off. And I was like, I'm sorry. And he was just, I don't even think he said anything. He pulled a dad on me. He just pointed to the door. And I was like, and I just walked out.
Listen, when you got a guy who's over 7 feet tall and
yes,
all over 250 pounds of muscle, and he's telling you he doesn't say anything, and he just points to the door. You go to the door.
I did. Real talk, I did. I because I knew I was wrong. I was trying to be silly and it was just an opportunity. And I'm like, I love Kane. Dude, I'm the biggest fan in the world. And had it would have been in a social media era that we live in now, there would have been a picture, and Kane would have probably been in the back choking me and whatever. You know what I mean? But it's like, but that story, that memory, and it was just like, I guess I'm saying to be blessed to be backstage and see both sides, of the ring, so to speak, or whatever. It was an opportunity, to say the least, and some really fun memories. And maybe the reason why I have that anchor in wrestling and I always come back to it because I really, really love it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Now, you said you used to come down there with ICP and all of them coming in with WWF at the time.
Yep.
And that was like the beginning stages of the Attitude Era.
I want to say, it was during like the Mosh and Thrasher era was one of the runs, and then they did come back again when it was the Oddities with Ola and all that.
Yeah. So, now, let me ask you, why didn't you try to get into the ring and do something during that time?
Because I know my place in life, and I know I have no business in the ring. I am a spectator, not a hater. I got into a fight with a wrestling ring one time, and it stripped me just asshole naked, and I will never, ever. It was. I was trying to be funny in the ropes and do what Andre used to do when it was like, and I was just naked, like, oh man, I'm crying, my leg hurt, like it's bad, bro. Like, it was something else. But yeah, no, I never wanted to do that. Like I loved it, and their passion for it was something that I appreciated. Like they wanted it so very badly, and I was their cheerleader, man. I was there to support them. I was like, it was the shit seeing them get to live one of their dreams and to be again in the sidecar of it, so to speak, and to get that behind the scenes look and to meet people who were coming up at the time. You know what I mean? And now are established stars in the game and well-renowned names, and just seeing them in, their come-up stage. And that's cool, man. I love that.
Now, are they still – now, I haven't heard too much from them. Are they still out there producing records and albums? Are you still with them?
We're not still with them. We left their company a few years back to start our own ventures and to do our own thing. Mm-hmm. But from what I understand, yeah, they're still doing stuff, and I don't think they're doing the wrestling thing anymore. But I don't completely know. But those times and just those memories and just being able to be a part of that situation was just great. It was great. Like I never got to do the whole WCW thing with them because they were on the road at that time. But when it was the local home shows and stuff like that, it was great. You felt like a gangster. You got in a limo and you rode out to WWE, and you're just like, oh, let's get it. I'm hanging out with Rocky Maivia. What y'all want to do with it? It was great. It was great. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I loved it.
Well, we got to get you back in that ring over there. With the new generation.
It's because my animosity to this day because of the ring is because I hurt my leg in the ring doing something like trying to do something that I knew I shouldn't have been doing. Like there was a wrestling event, it was a party, and I had a couple cocktails, and we were told we didn't have to do anything. I'm a wine and I'm partying. I'm over here, we cutting the rug, we doing it up, and I'm having some drinks, and they're like, come on, we're doing this running. We're doing this running. And I'm like, we doing what? And next thing you know, I'm in a ring, and I'm on the second rope because I'm definitely not going to the top rope because I know my place. I'm gonna stay in my lane. But I'm on the second rope, and again, I'm a super big dude at this time. I'm probably pushing like 400 pounds, and I'm bouncing on this rope, and I'm working up this like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna jump up in the air and literally come down 2 feet on this guy, and I'm like, I can't do that. There's no way in hell I'm gonna kill him. So I shifted my weight to try to, I don't know what, to try to sell it, to try to not kill him, to try to whatever. And I ended up hurting the shit out of myself. I had complete wet noodle. I fell into the ropes. It was a complete shit show. So there, sir, is why I stay the hell out of the ring. Every time I've been in it, I never had nothing good to say about it other than I love watching y'all do what you do.
Dvon's got a training academy. That's
true. Yeah.
Yes, it's in Winter Park. Yeah, it's in Winter Park, Florida. Come on down.
Man,
love to have you,
y'all gonna try to. I mean, like I have an absolute utmost respect for y'all, and there are so many similarities to what we do, to what y'all do as far as the show must go on and being character and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So and the same. I think we talked about this a little. Me and Mo did before about just about being able to be that kind of person to bring entertainment value to people and see how it touches their lives or changes their lives. And if you can be that kind of catalyst in somebody's life to change something around, I think that's a positive thing, and it's good. If it can come, no matter how you squeeze the grape, you get what you need. We're gonna get it. That's I love that about that.
There you go. Now let me ask you a question. During this pandemic, you've heard a lot of people, not being able to be on the road, not making, whatever their craft is, whether it's music, whether it's an athlete, not being able to do it. How have you been able to deal with the stuff that's going on with the COVID going on?
We have been very, very diligently recording music. We understand that the entertainment value, again, is something like in my day-to-day, I go and I exercise, do my hour a day on my elliptical machine because of that knee. I told you about that knee. So I got that elliptical. So yeah, but an hour a day on that. And I put on my podcasts, and I put on my favorite shows and my videos. And that's the kind of thing that gets me through my day. And I like, I do the mind tricks on myself. Like if you want to see that second episode or you want to see the conclusion of that, you'll get your ass on that elliptical and get that workout. So And you know, like because you know, let's be honest, we all get to that day where we're like, we got the fuck it. So I'm not doing it. Fuck it. I'm good. I'm good today. I'm lounge pantsing it. You know, Lindsay got her wine in her glass. She like, fuck it. She was like, I'm putting out my fucking drugs, girl. Fuck them. I'm drinking this wine and kick my ass. Right?
And I'm trying to help her out here. I'm trying to give her some gummies.
But you keep throwing it like the opposite direction. Come on.
I'm saying, I'm just, you know, but that's, you know, I don't know, man. He's just throwing the gummies.
Just throwing them.
Yeah.
See, it's like, can't.
Gosh damn it. But yeah, so I don't know. That's what I'm feeling about it.
What about that? If you're not going to get back into the ring, what about Twiztid doing an entrance song? Like who would you want to do an entrance for?
Oh man. You know, I would for a while, I thought the closest thing that would have been like maybe Finn Balor.
Okay.
That was something that I thought would have been like kind of up our alley, so to speak, you know, or something like I felt we could have did him something justice. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like if Kane want to come back, I feel I owe him. I feel I owe him something. I can get him some ring music and get everybody hyped for him to do. No, I don't know. I would say, what is Bray Wyatt? How am I saying it right?
Bray Wyatt.
The Fiend?
Yeah.
The Fiend, am I saying it right? Yeah, him. Okay. You know, the spooky shit. You see me in the picture with the makeup and the contacts. You know, we'll bring you to the cemetery.
The Exorcist behind you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why or who talked you into doing that. But something's telling me in my heart of hearts that normally when you do these interviews, that woman, Reagan McNeely, is not behind you 90% of the time.
Every podcast, every Wednesday, earlier today, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a RG Damn Pod, and it's and we just talk, we get together, and we try to be in our listeners' lives because we know how important it is to be a fixture and something strong in somebody's lives. We have people, their own father and mother don't show up and represent in their lives, but every Wednesday we will be there at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to come and hang out with your ass. Make sure you're doing good, have to talk with you and kick it, because that's how we care.
We should rewind a little bit here.
Every Wednesday, right there.
No.
The Exorcist has been a huge topic of table talk since its inception, where we found out Dvon hates Regan and the visual, and it freaks him out. So this has become a reoccurring joke. Stunt double.
Do you want me to turn the light off and then just see me out real close up to the screen like this?
Oh no.
He said,
anything, we're going to need you off camera for a little bit, but that's... This has become a thing.
Look at it this way. My mother should be arrested, and locked up because she allowed me to watch that thing when I was like 6 or 7. And ever since then, exactly. It scarred me. Now, I came from a biblical background. Go to hell, man.
She put the fear of God in you. That's what she did.
Oh, she did, all right.
That's what she did.
Trust me. It gets to the point where Bubba used to mess with me all the time. Like, he knew the fear that I had. So let's just say if he'd be like, listen, I'm going to call you later on or text you and let you know what time we'll meet downstairs. I was like, all right. So he would text me knowing I was going to open the text, and the idiot would sit in the face of Linda Blair just like that. And meanwhile, I'm in my hotel room by myself.
Man,
half of the times I'm in the dark and it's just a TV. So I open the text message.
Going through it.
She's freaking spider walking backwards. Or if not, then she's standing there with her head turning. I scream. I go, "You asshole!" I said, "Why would you do that?"
Probably a little higher pitched.
Now I go into it was. And now I go in my room and I start turning on freaking every light in my hotel room. Not to mention, I start looking for any cartoon possible on it to get my mind off the
There you go. See, I can relate to that because it's a true brother would do that. That's what we call breaking your balls. Paul will do that to me. He'll find out something I don't like and I hate suede and carbonation, and he constantly I'll go buy a new suede coat and just want to be all behind me, bro. Like, get off of me. Just the little things. It's like, I try to find out what he don't like buttons and pigeons, and then I just get a whole jar full of them and let birds go. That's what we do. We love each other. That's how it works.
Out of the 25 years or whatever, how many years me and Bubba have been together, I never knew his fear. And my stupid behind never
thought to get it out.
To get it out. I never knew his fear. damn, I wasted all that time not knowing. I could have got him as much as he got me.
It just goes to show that you're a good guy and you got good character. You weren't concerned with no paybacks. You were just pushing. You kept it pushing. That's all that is. I on the other hand, were like, no, you won't. No, you goddamn won't try to come over here and scare me with suede and carbonation. No, everything in the refrigerator's all pop.
Oh no!
Don't do that.
So here's the deal.
I guess I'm a horrible person then because
terrible. Here's the deal. I go to my mailbox and it's a little late. The sun is starting to come down, daylight saving time, so it's not really out there. So I'm at the wrestling school and I go to that mailbox. I actually open it up and I see this envelope and I'm like, what the hell is this envelope? And I look and open it up and I just go, oh my God.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's signed by Linda Blair too. I see that.
Eileen Dietz. That was a double.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
We're working.
Some of the parts are too.
We're working on Linda. Yeah. So I remember seeing that and throwing it up in the air. And my son, who was in the car, he goes, what is wrong with you? I go, you'll never guess what that idiot jackass Mo did. I cursed him down. I called him every name but his name.
Damn. Hey, well, I don't know. I don't want to have Dvon against me, but I could Mo. We actually do know Linda Blair. She's attended Astronomicon, our convention, a couple times, which I'd like to have Dvon come down to if you want to come down. Coming up, man. We got
I'm cool.
It's a bunch of celebrities and stuff. He said, no, well, Linda Blair ain't gonna be at this one.
Yeah, okay.
He's like, oh, if Linda Blair's gonna be there, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm
not gonna be there. I'm not going. I'm letting you know that right now.
But it's because of that Astronomicon alumni of people who've been to the first three, We have a lot of them, and Linda Blair was one of them. And she is an absolute sweetheart, by the way. She's like a real big advocate for dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Mm-hmm. She's very passionate about everything she does. She is living her best life, and she's a sweetheart. And I was a fan, and I wanted to approach her. She was in the green room with her little egg salad sandwich, and I'm like, man, fuck it. I'll see you another time. You know what I mean? Because you know how it is. It's like, people are doing their shit, and people are like, I don't mean to bother you, but it's like, but you're gonna,
But you're bothering her.
You see, I'm like 3 bites deep into this motherfucking Whopper. What you want? You got a napkin or something? Like, I get it.
What you trying? Looking at me talking about doing a good job, keep up the good work?
Right. You're like, damn, right. I'm going hard at the Whopper, right? Jesus. Yeah, but it's a good time. It's a fun time, and it's just like a big family event. So where everybody gets down and chops it up and gets to meet people that they look up to.
Oh, okay. Cool. And
good stuff.
When is this?
The new one is coming up August 20th through the 22nd, and it's in Michigan. But the location is to be announced because we're going to reveal it in a big digital event coming up. So that's a little spoiler. Bang, bang, bang. Right here.
Okay.
Ooh, right here. You heard it first, guys.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then so it's coming up, but and then we're gonna unveil a couple of the guests that are slated for this year's. So yeah, man, we'd love to have you. And come on down. I already told Mo, I'm like, you want to set up and broadcast live? We can do this. Lindsay,
hell yeah.
You're more than welcome to come.
I'm acting as Devon's agent.
Well, then I'm gonna have my people call your people.
All right,
make this happen. That's how we do it. See that? Everywhere we go, we doing business.
Big business.
And have your people connect me with Linda Blair's people because I need on this show.
Please.
For you, I can do that, but it has to be something nice. I can't have Mr. Dvon over here trying to look for me and my peoples in the streets. Because he got
Linda Blair. I'm not going to do anything about it.
If Linda Blair winds up on the show, I'll probably be locking myself in some church with a bunch of Bibles.
You will never see him again.
We're going to have an intervention with him and Linda Blair.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, Dvon. We ain't going to do that to you, man. We got love for you. That's all.
Where on this doll did she hurt you, Dvon?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, man.
Everywhere.
Right.
Right
That'll be the first time you ever hear somebody say it in a minute. Like, get the tables.
Oh, man.
Would you put her through a table?
I don't know. I'd be scared to grab her.
All right, fair enough. Hey, at least he kept it real. I ain't even going to be mad. That's another question. How many times have you ever had people say that to you on the wrong day and you wanted to put a motherfucker through a table?
Oh, many times, especially when they came up to me and pushed me. I used to get mad. I told Bubba, I said, stop pushing me because people think
they're imitating it.
Yeah. So they be like, Dvon. I'm like, man, if you put your hands on me one more time, I'm knock your goddamn head off.
I don't even get them started about the dirt sheets.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
I love it. That's crazy. I had to ask that. That was my personal question because I know that. Yeah. That's synonymous with you, and I just know that.
Yeah, I don't mind them going, Dvon, get the tables. I mean, sometimes it can be annoying when you're way across another room somewhere, and then all of a sudden somebody screams it out.
Especially when you're trying to be low key and they blow you up, and you're like, man, I'm here with the family and shit. Like, you want me to get the table? Okay, I'm gonna put you through it.
Yeah, and they go, I bet your daughter's gonna put you through a table. I mean, she's 2, man. You ain't I'm sorry, stop.
She might, but
not making me laugh.
You're right. You don't want to see me angry, player.
Exactly.
Like, I love it. I fucking love it.
Well, if people want to experience more of you, we've only scraped the surface of your fandom and your nerdom and your music even. Where can people find you online?
You can find us online at Official Twiztid on Facebook and Instagram. Tweet Me So Hard is Twitter, and pops underscore vintage pops and underscore vintage. That's me on Instagram. Whatever, if you get it, it is what it is. Appreciate y'all for your time. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, man.
Follow that on Instagram to find out about the upcoming stuff going on there. Thank you, Dvon. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Number love for you, man. Thank you very much.
I'll be
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
You'll hear
much respect.
It'll happen. All right.
Cool show.
You knew that was going to happen, didn't you?
No, actually, no.
Happy accident.
As much as I would love to take credit for his background and for him knowing Linda Blair, I can't take credit.
No, I know you can't take credit for him knowing Linda Blair. That much I know, but him having that Linda Blair in the background.
It was meant to be.
It may have been in the background the last time I talked to him, but
I mean,
Lindsay,
but I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him about it though. So that was a legit reaction from him.
Yeah, it was a legit reaction for me when I saw it. I'm like, is he serious right now? I'm like, I just met you and you fucking with me already. What is wrong with you?
That's right.
I just met you, and this is crazy.
Yeah.
But why do you have The Exorcist on your wall? Yeah, I love that.
Call me maybe. I don't know.
Oh gosh, gotta love it. You gotta love it.
At Testify Dvon on all the socials, at Mo Lightning for myself, and then at _ Lindsay Martini.
That's me. Follow me.
So, and of course at Wrestling Audio, where all this takes place. Do we have next week's guest confirmed or no, Dvon?
Yes, we do. Mickie James.
Woo!
Mickie James. So we got Mickie James next week, and I can't wait to have her on there to continue some of the talk that we even had with Lisa, Victoria, or Tara, or whatever her 5,000 names are.
Isn't it kind of nice that you didn't have to go through a million names in your career?
No, I almost did, though, when WWE didn't want to give us the Dudley Boys, but they couldn't take Dvon because Devon's my real name. So we just added Brother Ray and Brother Dvon, which almost sounds similar. So that was crafty on our part.
Good old Team 3D. Thanks for checking out.
Gotta love it.